exciting and unique story of early Dodge City is told daily along Front Street at Boot Hill Museum. The area's rich history dates back to the Native Americans who thrived off the land and the buffalo. The establishment of the Santa Fe Trail brought settlers to the area and introduced the potential of what is known as Dodge City. Law and order was soon recognized, and Dodge City became a civilized frontier town and a center of commerce on the prairie. Boot Hill Museum Incorporated is a private, non-profit organization founded by the Dodge City Jaycees as a community service project in 1947. In March 1947, Merritt Beeson, son of Chockley Beeson, who owned the Long Branch Saloon, broke ground on the original Boot Hill Cemetery site in a ceremony to honor the creation of a museum to tell of Dodge City's exhilarating past. The Dodge City Jaycees, the Junior Chamber of Commerce, also wanted to establish the museum as a community service project. As a result, a 3,000-square-foot rustic Western building was constructed. The Western building, staffed by volunteers, contained various cultural and natural history objects. In the mid-1950s, Dodge City bid to become the home of the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. It had all but been decided to bring it here when at the last minute, Oklahoma City won out. The Cowboy capital, down but not defeated, took the money raised to build the Hall of Fame and joined with the Jaycees to make Boot Hill Museum bigger and better. In 1958, the first section of the Front Street replica was constructed and included the Long Branch Saloon. Soon, people from all over the world began traveling to Dodge City to get a taste of the Queen of the Cowtowns. The Long Branch Saloon soon became home to the Long Branch Variety Show, which still performs nightly during the summer months. It is the longest-running variety show in the nation. The recreation of these 1870s period commercial buildings was funded by money raised for the Cowboy Hall of Fame competition. It was at this time the board of directors hired a permanent staff to operate the growing complex. Additional buildings were constructed in 1964 to house the collection purchased from the Beeson Museum. The Beeson Museum, a privately owned museum, began at the turn of the century. Merritt Beeson and family owned over 30,000 objects of local and regional historical significance. Other additions during later years included added replicas of 1876 period Front Street buildings, now consisting of more than one block and several restorations. During the height of the Gunsmoke TV series, over 400,000 people visited Boot Hill Museum in a year. Additional expansions to the museum would take place in 1970 and 1982. The restoration projects included the 1930 Santa Fe Railway Depot, complete with a 1903 Santa Fe locomotive, the 1865 Fort Dodge Jail, an 1880 carriage and blacksmith shop, and an 1879 cattleman's home. In the 1980s, the staff, after research and study, decided on an overall interpretive theme for the complex. Planning studies dividing Dodge City history into two major eras, the buffalo hunting period of 1872 to 1876, and the cattle drive and wheat farming period of 1876 to 1890, were then produced to guide the staff in designing and constructing new interpretive exhibits and educational programs. In 2021, the Boot Hill Museum completed its most significant expansion to date with the addition of a 13,000-square-foot building. 12 state-of-the-art interactive exhibits invite guests in to learn the story of Dodge City, then send them out to Front Street buildings to live the story. That's it for now. Remember to check out our Wild West podcast shows on iTunes, Podcast, or at wildwestpodcastbuzzsprout.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/wildwestpodcast or on our YouTube channel at Whiskey and Westerns on Wednesday. Thanks for listening to our podcast. You can learn more about the legends of Dodge City by visiting our website at worldfamousgunfighters.weebly.com. If you would like to purchase one of our books, you can go to worldfamousgunfighters.weebly.com/books.html.